afternoon. Wow, I forgot what the name of my own show is. Afternoon Discord and Delight. That's what it is. Yep. I am a professional, 100%. I promise. I promise I know what I'm doing, 100%. So, um, no guests. Actually, no, the guests haven't arrived yet because the guests are going to be anyone in the chat who wants to come in and talk because the topic is, yeah, I know, solid. Yep, I did a good job. Yep, I forgot what my own show is called. Yep, I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, anyway, I'll be throwing the link out here in a second. But I wanted to say hi to everyone. Oh yeah, by the way, the topic is favorite villains. So just if you want to talk about villains, because hell yeah, everyone loves a good villain. Um, when I pop it in, you can just come in and yep. I've never done this before, so um, just please be patient with me. So hello, let's see who's in the chat. Derek, DJ, Project Storytime, and I do love the new name, Josh. I like the new name. Um, let's see. La la la. Who else is here? Purple is in the house. The vampire who never sleeps. MB Geek. Hello, hey Jesse. It's a great topic. If I do say so myself, I'm the one who chose it. I'm a little biased in that area. Darth Haster, let's see. La, la, la. Who else is here? Positive Candor's here. And Crimson Mists. Good afternoon. Or good morning, good night. I don't know, whatever time zone y'all are in. Although the only one that matters is Central. Always remember that. Central Standard Time is the only one that matters. Let's see. Loki is here. And hey, Chris. Hey, number one. How's it going? All right. So, the thumbnail that I had up just kind of threw together a bunch of some of my favorite ones. So difficult to narrow them down because there's so many. And so I just had to pick like a handful, and it's not like I could cover the whole thumbnail. So much. Holy hell in a handbasket, Dave Bob's here. Hey! Hi, Dave Bob. How's it going, man? All right. So I'm going to throw the link out. All right. Are you going to let me? Damn it. Papa? Anyone wants to come in? You can come in. If not, I will just talk because I'm really good at that, actually. So. Oh my god. I mean, villains, you have, in my opinion, you need a good villain just as much as you need a good hero. I feel like heroes and villains, like the strength of that relationship is, oh, hello. Oh my god, so many humans already. Hello. Hi. Hello. What's up? How's it going?
Hey, how are
What's
you doing?
up?
By the way, like I said in the chat, love your hair.
Thank you. My secret is towel dry, blow dryer, and hairspray. So we're apparently going full 80s today.
And I gotta say this, Darth Haster. Eris, have you ever had Darth Haster on your panel before?
No, I actually have never had more than just like 2 people, I think.
You are in for a treat with him. You are in for a treat with him. Him and I, we've done a couple together. We've actually got a couple of more that we were trying to put together. We just, timing hasn't worked out for us at the moment. But man, I did my impromptu cancel culture rant, and Darth Haster came on board, and we just had a freaking blast. And Haster, I agree with you. Eris, I'm not trying to hijack your channel, I promise. But I gotta tell Darth Haster, I want to definitely do that again on your channel.
DJ and Loki are here too.
Oh my god, it is all the guys. Hello, gentlemen.
How is it going, everybody?
I even
It's a-
dressed up for the occasion.
Yeah, I was about to say. All right, villains, go for
There's
it.
a villain right here.
Hey, before you guys do that, I cannot stay for this whole thing. I just got word from Trey from Max World Entertainment. He is on the way to the ER. He is having respiratory difficulties. He was supposed to be on my movie watch party tonight. He will not be on the watch party tonight. But if you pray, if you worship, if you whatever gods, monsters, demons, ancient beings you worship, pray to, if you could give them a call for him, I am sure he would appreciate that because he is not doing well.
Say that, Stone Loki. Say his name again. So make sure we all know.
It's
Trey from Max World Entertainment.
Got it. Okay, I'll definitely say a prayer later.
Loki, is it COVID or does he have asthma problems? Is this something new?
I know that he has had asthma and some anxiety issues in the past. I do not know if it's COVID. He does not know if it's COVID. He just is on his way to the ER. That's as much as I know. If I hear anything more, I will update. I asked them to please update me. He's in a lot of pain and it's all in his chest.
Oh, that's really bad.
As someone who lives with chronic pain for the last 20 plus years, yeah, I can relate.
So I wasn't meaning to put a damper on anything. I know you've got a show to do, but
I mean,
know
hey,
we all
that's
love
one of our-
Trey. That's one of our own. That's, and
He's
we
one of
stand with Trey. So
Yeah. Exactly. So
I've got a couple of things I'm juggling, but thank you for letting me pop on here and jump on the panel. And if I hear anything, guys, I will update. And of course, if I hear anything later during the watch party, I will update too. I'll update there too.
okay.
Hashtag pray for Trey.
Yeah, pray for Trey.
Hashtag pray for Trey.
Yeah.
That being said, Eris, you inspired me to watch a movie I never wanted to see because I'm not a Natalie Portman fan. V for Vendetta.
Yes.
I watched it the other night. She was meh, but it was a great movie. Not that he's a villain, but I guess he's a hero / villain. But I love the movie.
You don't watch V for Vendetta for Natalie Portman.
Obviously.
No.
Now, Eric, have you, sorry to interrupt, but have you ever actually read the comic book as well?
No, actually,
The comics are.
I would. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. It's one of the things that's propping this up. So give me a moment. All right, we're gonna switch the sucker out.
Here, Eris, I'm looking forward to The Boys on Amazon Prime coming back, and I thought it was so funny. People were like, "Oh, this is graphic." I'm like, "You didn't read the comic. This is PG compared to what the comic book did."
Yeah, that's what I heard from Gary. Gary said that it was very compared to the comic, it was like nothing. And I think Gary's actually in that comic. If I'm
yes, he is.
So there we go.
Yes, he is. He gets stabbed in the face with pencil.
There it is.
I have that.
Ooh.
I have that too.
Yep.
It is actually. It is. Eris, I will say this. I think it is a really great comic book. It is a really great graphic novel. And I'm going to say this. There are a lot of differences between it and the movie. But I generally enjoyed the movie as well, as I have an ability for most things to differentiate between the platforms.
Yes. Hold on a second. Holy hell, the handbasket. Sorry. When Abu Nas enters your chat, you put a spotlight on it.
Wow.
Abu
Come on, man.
Holy hell, hey man. We have Dave Bob. Jesus Christ.
I'm a little jealous.
I'm a little blown away. I
don't blame you.
I bet he's here for Lori. 100%. He's here for Lori.
Well, if I'd known Lori, well, in guilty pleasure here, if I'd known Lori was going to be here, I would have came anyway. Lori and I have a lot of fun banter back and forth on Twitter.
It's always an honor when Lori comes on. Always. Yes, Chris,
No.
I agree. Yes, you do. You watch
Even
it
though I'm
for
still waiting for Lori and pigtails.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna be waiting a long time, buddy.
Whoa, when did that happen?
I don't know.
It's
Sounds like
funny. I remember
Sounds like it's gonna
reading
happen.
somewhere that there was a different actor who was supposed to play V, and I guess the actor was not happy about being in the mask all the time. So they got rid of that person and got Hugo. And I mean, I don't remember who the other actor was. I just remember he quit because of the whole thing with his face. And I don't know. I kind of looked at it like Ronin. I figured we were never going to see his face, just like I was never going to know in Ronin what was in the damn briefcase. I accepted that early on. And once you accept, certain things in a movie, you just move past them. And they kind of get irrelevant, if that makes sense, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to see someone's face in order for them to convey, have a good performance. And I'm going to segue back into my topic. Darth Vader is a great example of that.
That's because it's James Earl Jones' voice.
Exactly, but that's something I feel like that's missing a lot of times in Hollywood nowadays. It's like, man, you see these people and you're just like, you have. I've been rewatching the EFAP miniseries of Batwoman because, of course, I am, and
Because it's hilarious.
yeah, because it's one of the greatest things. And I sit watching it. It's like you have 46 minutes and. I can't even say that you're acting because you're doing it's so awful. But James Earl Jones can just voice something and you can convey every emotion imaginable in just a voice. I don't know, maybe get better acting.
Aspirations, Commander Krennic. Best line out of Rogue One. Don't choke on your aspirations, Admiral Krennic.
Yes,
Director Krennic, sorry. Don't choke on your aspirations, Director Krennic.
There's also
see ya,
the fact that the fact that yes, it was only voiced by as you said, the acting was done by David Prowse.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine it's very difficult to line those two up.
Yes, combined with that stature and that voice was just sheer. I want to say perfection.
Mm-hmm. Darth Vader is pretty consistently at the top, if not number one spot, top 3 of best villains of all time. Most iconic. Name another villain that you can recognize and identify just by breathing.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or
You've been
hey,
listening to the Terminator movies too hard.
The Predator. You can tell the Predator by breathing.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I actually a few weeks ago, Eris, got to sit down with my son. I woke up. Sometimes I do this. I woke up very early. I think it was 5 or 6 in the morning, and my son was up, and he wanted to watch a movie. And I said, "That's fine. Let's watch a movie." And he was pulling up movies we'd already seen. I said, "No, let's watch something different." And I decided he's about to be 13. I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm going to pop in Predator." And my son was like, "Is it scary?" I said, "It ain't." I said, "Trust me, you've watched 3 a.m. stuff on your YouTube channels or whatever." I said, "This ain't going to be nothing compared to that." And then I love it as my son is watching the movie and he's really engaged in it. And then when we get to the end, this is my favorite part with my son. is when the Predator starts putting the self-destruct thing in. My son literally, like, as soon as he's done, my son is like, run, man, it's a freaking self-destruct. And I looked at my son, I literally just went like, shit, my son figured it out before Arnie's character did. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah. I've always preferred Alien over Predator, though. That's just kind of like I know that's kind of a. I don't really know if you can compare the two movies, but like the creatures themselves, I find interesting to compare. You know, the
Alien is
xenomorph
definitely
and
more cosmic horror than Alien is definitely more cosmic horror than. Well, they're
Agreed.
both actually classified.
well, in different aspects. They're also different genres of horror. So
I would look at it, if I had to actually say my best understanding of Alien versus Aliens is Aliens is science fiction horror, whereas Alien is more kind of my area of enjoyment, suspenseful horror. I was a big, my grandmother was a big influence on my life in culture as far as horror movies and science fiction. And she was a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. So she introduced me to things like watching Psycho, watching The Birds, which The Birds still to this day is one of the greatest suspenseful movies ever. And, you know, when I think of horror, I did, you know, I don't, you know, Eris of Chaos, I don't know what you think of this, but I'm not a big fan of jump scares. I think jump scares, and then when they do the tense music and then nothing happens and then it goes blank and then all of a sudden a jump scare comes, like, okay, we all do this trope now.
It's just cheap.
yeah, exactly, Josh. It's
I
cheap.
agree.
Yes.
It is.
But I
It's cheap.
want, I'm going to say this. There's a movie I watched on Netflix, I think about 2 years ago. And if you haven't seen it, I think you should. It's called Hush.
Yes. I was not impressed.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh, well,
I just
okay.
want to let you know, Eris has watched every horror movie on Netflix. Good,
Almost.
bad,
That was a while
indifferent.
ago. That was a while ago. They have replenished their shit supply. So it's I can't make that claim, but at one point in college I was able to make that claim. Yes.
Well, Eris, and you and I are going to be on a complete disagreement when it comes to that movie, because I actually thought it was for the I thought for the production value, I thought the suspense was fantastic. I really enjoyed the movie. Oh, you got frustrated?
It frustrated me.
Well, we all have our difference of opinions, obviously.
Yeah, total. It's
I thought
exactly.
it was actually Madam Geek and I really enjoyed it. We started watching it, and then we got tired and we had to go to bed. And then I get up the next morning and I pull it up on Netflix. And then my wife comes in, Madam Geek comes in with coffee, and she's like, "We're gonna finish that movie." I said, "Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna finish it." So I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really just, in my opinion, it was very unique to a lot of the similar plot lines we're used to dealing with all the time.
I think there was a good idea. I just don't think it was executed as well as it possibly could have been. I don't know. It's very to have. So for those who don't know, Hush is a horror movie based around a deaf woman, and somebody comes in, basically breaks into her house and tries to kill her. And she lives out in the middle of nowhere in like a house of glass. And yep, I just found it frustrating because if I was deaf, like I would probably not have made that living choice.
You know what? There's a movie just like that about a blind woman. I don't remember the name
Was that the
of
Sandra
it.
Bullock one?
Don't remember the name.
Probably. Would it surprise me?
Exact same movie. She lives in the middle of nowhere. She's blind. It's just crazy stupid.
Yeah, see, that's when I kind of get lost. Okay, you're muted, right, Jesse? Anyway. Okay.
Yes, no, I'm muted. I
Okay.
purposely muted myself.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I want to make sure if Captain Trek shows up, he doesn't say I talk too much.
Anyway, if someone's talking too much, I will say something because this is my channel, and so.
Well,
Blink.
that's actually a running joke him and I have now.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Sammy Blink, is that the name of the movie I was talking about?
I think that's what she was saying.
One where the blind guy was in Detroit. I think no, I think it was called Lori. I think you're talking about Don't Blink. I think it was Don't Blink. I think Samantha Jones. I think it was called Don't Blink. But I could be wrong.
The movie I saw that was called Don't Blink was awful. It's god awful. But anyway.
Let's get back to good villains.
Yes. So something that's missing a lot in Hollywood. Good villains. Oh my god. Like how they could give us Joker in the DC universe and then give us Bird of Prey immediately afterwards. How they could give us, Darth Vader and then be like, Kylo Ren. That's what you want, right?
Or Snoke.
That's what you want. You want somebody who, how did I put it? It was yesterday. I saw there was this Darth Maul meme, like describing all the shit he's been through, and then Kylo's just like, I hate my parents and I'm emo. It's like, yeah. When I walked out of Force Awakens, I was like, he's so like fake emo. It's not even funny. He's just like the epitome of that. And he's pathetic.
Yeah.
My only reason why I don't, I'll critique Adam Driver's acting in the movie, but it's actually, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's very difficult for me to give him a lot of shit because he's a Marine brother.
Oh no, I critique everyone equally.
Yeah, I have a hard time doing that when it's
the writer's fault.
When it's Marines.
See, I don't have an issue with Driver.
And he stops that shot in midair. That's badass. I have hope for Kylo Ren.
Me too.
The writing is what let it down, not his performance.
Right.
And I feel that way about all the actors in it. Like they had almost nothing to work with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I really feel sorry for the actors in the new Disney Star Wars because it wasn't their acting that was the problem. I had no problem with the acting. It was what they were dealt with. It was the writing that sucked.
Right.
I would agree. If I was going to say that the two biggest plus points in The Force Awakens, and I'm an EU fan. I've read probably most of the EU. I'd say about, and I'm going to be honest, I'd say about 80% of it throughout my life in one form or fashion. But man, yeah, when he stops that blaster, that was cool. And then I will say this, when Rey gets the lightsaber from Kylo, that was pretty freaking cool. Unfortunately, we get the next two movies and there's no payoff. I'm sorry to say. And I know this is not what we're talking about. Obviously, we're talking about villains. But when you look at Kylo, I mean, if we're going to talk about it, Kylo is not a strong villain. Okay, and I'm going to go this because I'm a prequel fan. I'm a big prequel fan. I love seeing Anakin go from a young, naive boy of innocence, because there's actually a show I was watching recently, and it was really actually interesting in the way they said it. We all live three deaths: the death of naivety, the death of innocence, and then our final death. And I feel like that's what Anakin went through. And then on top of that, Qui-Gon should have been the one to teach him.
The worst villain of them all, right there.
Sorry, I had to highlight that comment.
no.
It was classic.
What I love about
Boy,
the,
I'm
what I
glad
love
her turns
about the
up.
prequels, in my opinion, is I love getting to watch Anakin start out from this innocent kid to someone who loves his mother, tries to save her, fails in his promise to save her, fails in his promise to save his wife, which haunts him in episode 2 because of the death of his mom. And then it haunts him when he's getting these visions of his wife dying. And it really, to me, the prequels sell this villain because when I get to Return of the Jedi and we're looking at Darth Vader and Luke and they're fighting and they're both playing the same game. Luke is trying to get him to come to the dark side. He's trying to convince him, whereas Vader is trying to get him to come to the dark side. But you can tell throughout the story, even the first 3 movies, but even with having those other 3 prequels, he's really trying to, he's saying it's too late for me, but I don't think he really believes it. The way James Earl Jones sounds is, I think he's trying to convince himself. And then when we get to the end of it, and you have Vader do this, he's looking while the Emperor is force lightning his son, just like he watched him do to Mace Windu. And he had to make a choice. And he made a choice. And I understand there are people who don't like the adding of the no. See, for me personally, I thought it enhanced the character at the end of that. That was,
You're right
to me, that defining moment where, yes, he picks him up and he throws the Emperor. But when he says no, and yes, he says no, and yes, I know that upsets a lot of people. I respect that completely. But I like the addition because that is actually, in my mind, the defining moment where Anakin kills Vader and officially brings balance to the Force. And in my mind, and my opinion, I thought it added to the weight of the character based on what I saw in the prequels. So
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry,
agree.
Eric. I'm going to just end with saying this. I think Vader is probably one of the greatest protagonists, antagonists, because how many times do we actually get to see a character truly redeemed?
I agree.
And that was George Lucas. George Lucas likes redemption. He likes an arc.
Mhm.
There was a day, I guess it was Walt Disney, who knew how to create a villain. To this day, the gin-drinking, puppy-killing Cruella de Vil is probably the best villain character ever written. She's glorious. She has class. She has style. She doesn't give a fuck. She just wants her puppy coat. And I noticed that Josh changed his icon to the Wicked Queen. Disney used to do villain.
Yes, they did.
You thought of a
But they
villain
could
as
do it
like
well.
some of the most okay. Some of the most iconic villains comes from Disney, and my childhood was filled with animated Disney movies, and I love Maleficent. This is my favorite. That's a hard choice to pick because there's so many. You have Hades, you have Scar, you have Maleficent, you have Ursula. Ursula was like my favorite character ever when I was like 5. So apparently I've always liked villains. But I liked Maleficent because she
Explains a lot.
Yeah, she could turn into a dragon, and she just didn't.
Maleficent is, in my opinion, Disney's best villain.
It's hard
Maleficent
to pick.
brings a lot to the table.
Yeah.
I didn't like what they did with her by giving her the backstory. I didn't need that backstory. That's not canon. That's not in my canon, and I didn't like that they made her the good guy. I was like, no, though. That's no.
Oh, sorry.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
But if you go back to the original Grimm's fairy tale story,
Mhm.
it is a hell of a lot darker.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Actually, I actually have a digital copy of a lot of the Grimm's fairy tales, and whoo, you want to talk about some dark? I'm like, these people used to read these to their kids? I'm like, were you trying to give your kids nightmares?
They were trying to keep
Woo!
the kids safe. They're basically tales of caution.
Yeah, they're morality stories.
A lot of them were political statements because you could be arrested for making political statements. So they would wrap these political statements into fairy tales. They had nothing to do with children.
Well, holy hell, who knew you could tell a story and have it be about politics through like allegorical means instead of it being shoved down my
Gene
damn throat?
Roddenberry, maybe
Jeez, did
Yeah.
when did this lose touch with
Ronald D. Moore, maybe.
writing and modern days? Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I really don't. Politics over good writing, perhaps pandering. I don't know, but it's very annoying because you'll even see like in I call them live action remakes of Disney. They can't even redo their own stories they invented. Well, like it's worse. They're always worse.
Did anybody? Okay, and I'm going to ask an honest question because I couldn't finish it. Was the Lion King live edition really any good? Because I really couldn't get through it.
I
know.
don't watch any of the live editions because I have my animated versions, and I don't need their cash grabs on me trying to on banking on my nostalgia. I don't need them to do that to me because they already had a perfect version.
I'm trying to avoid that like the plague, so don't even bother asking me.
I'm
DJ.
gonna be honest, I will say this. I was actually surprised that I actually enjoyed Aladdin. I was really concerned I wouldn't because of the genie, Will Smith being the late Robin Williams role. But I was very impressed that I will give Will Smith credit. He made the character his own, and I thought he did a halfway decent job.
Right. DJ,
Not
what
as
are your
good-
thoughts? DJ, what are your thoughts?
I avoid Disney like the plague.
Oh, so we're in
Not
the same boat.
not the dumbest idea ever. I actually think that's quite intelligent at this point because they haven't given me a reason to come back.
So I don't watch any of their garbage.
No,
So they
I
straight-
mean,
That includes
favorite
all
villain.
all their affiliates too. So yeah, that's a lot of ground to
A
cover.
lot. But what I see, Josh has decided to put out one of the worst villains as his avatar. Thank you, Josh.
You're welcome.
Oh, Alex Kurtzman. Thank you.
I thought that was Kurtzman.
Yeah, with Star Trek, works villain. Looks like he drinks tons of soy. I mean, it looks like Alex Kurtzman.
You need to go to Starbucks and get his soy latte and
Did,
2 sugars.
Did you see his extremely brief interview where he flat out admits that he uses Star Trek as a platform?
No, I have been. Was that San Diego?
Yeah.
I've been avoiding
Comic Con at home. Yeah.
because it just
Yeah, I heard Gary was flipping out.
Oh,
it sounded pathetic what they were doing. Didn't they do it for free? They did a panel for free, and there was 2,800 viewers. That's what I heard. I was like, wow.
well,
Free?
across IGN. This was yesterday, so the numbers are probably different by now. But across IGN, Comic Con, and CBS All Access's YouTube channels, the Star Trek exclusive videos combined for 17,000 views. That's it.
Most of them were probably hate views.
That's what I was doing. I
That's
was one of the
pathetic.
2,000 people that watched the CBS All Access one.
That's pathetic. Jesus
Yeah, it
Christ.
is.
That's really
That means
bad.
you actually gave him money to watch that?
No, I watched it on YouTube.
No, it was a free panel. This is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
There was no money involved. It was a free panel, and they still couldn't scrape out even like they could only scrape out 17,000 views.
but you still got. Oh, it was a YouTube thing. I
Yeah.
thought
They streamed their panel.
that's all access. I thought you paid for CBS.
I'm not giving
CBS
CBS money.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh.
Can we please take the disgusting avatar off?
No, we're talking about villains.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. That is just
Okay, I thought-
heartbreaking. Look. People will call KK the worst villain because of Star Wars, but I didn't get into Star Wars until I was my late teens, early 20s era. But Star Trek has been part of my life since I was 7 years old, so 33 freaking years. So, oh God, looking at that face makes me want to just. I'm sorry, worst villain, but yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree. I stop that.
I didn't
Hell,
really
I might change the stream to just villains because I mean it's really hard to talk about villains and not bring out our modern day villains in pop culture. It's almost impossible. But
No, that
Or
actually
we just-
sounds like a great thing to talk about, Eris. Go with it. I mean, let's skip the fictional villains. Let's look at the real villains of what's destroying our pop culture, our culture in general, our nerd culture, our villain. We used to be able to argue with people and nitpick crap about canon and everything, but we walked away having fun. Now it's the anger is all about, oh, this isn't good enough, that's not good enough. We got to have and I'm going to throw it out there. They're saying you got to have a gay person act as a gay person. You got to have a trans person act as a trans person. I'm like, then what's the fucking point of acting? Why is there even a point of having actors anymore? If everyone's going to have to play, that's the true villain. You're taking freedom from your people, your directors, your writers, and you're telling them, you're if I was going to go with a good analogy here, I'll take from Jurassic Park. You thought
It's
about
no longer acting.
it. How did he say it? You all tried to figure out if you could do it. You didn't know if you should have. I think is about how the quote went.
I gotta agree. It's no longer acting anymore. It's be yourself now. It's definitely not acting anymore, especially if they want people of that certain characterized type in their movies and roles.
mm-hmm.
It's be yourself. It's no longer acting. Acting is, if they're going to keep up with that, acting is officially dead. Dead in the water.
And I have to agree with DJ as far as a great villain. The Master from Doctor Who. Holy hell.
Yep.
What a character to go through.
And I love the Roger Delgado one too.
That's the third.
That's why I put
That's
Roger
the
as
first
my
master, right?
avatar.
This is the one. No, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I'm clear. This is the first master. This is the one with Third Doctor, right?
I would talk about
Got
the
it.
Master in general.
I mean, technically, he's the last Doctor. He was the last one in that regeneration cycle.
No,
No. I meant John Pertwee was
Yes.
the Third Doctor, and that's when the Master actually showed up. And I think that's the actor who played the original Master. And
yes, I put up Roger Delgado because it was the beginning.
Mhm.
It was the best master for classic, at least.
I need to get back to watching classic, but I liked in New Who. I actually really liked Missy.
Yeah, that's where some of
I
them
did
kind
too.
of
Yeah.
differ.
I really liked Missy, but
Mitzi was a great character. Granted, yes.
Beginning of the end, though.
I still don't think she should have been the master.
I would have loved it if she was the Ronnie.
Yep. The Ronnie
Oh,
or an evil
Ronnie,
version
or
of
I thought it was
Romani.
Rami. Oh, was it the Ronnie? I thought it was Rami.
Ronnie? Or it
Oh,
would have been a
that
nice
was the big-
twist if she was the
Hold on,
evil
Jeffrey.
version, an evil version of Romana.
Romana. That's a name I keep hearing, and I'm trying to.
Romana is also a female Time Lord that traveled with the Fourth Doctor,
Okay.
specifically
Alright.
through the Key of Time, and
Alright.
then for a little while after in a regenerated form.
Yeah, that was a real fun tongue and twist episode, wasn't it? While she was regenerating, and she just kept coming out as different species, different people, and then she went right back to the form from one of the companions from the last season.
Well, it wasn't quite a companion. It was the princess that turned into actually being one of the parts of the Key of Time.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's been a while since I've seen the classics, but yeah, when it comes to Masters, I did learn that John Pertwee, the third Doctor, and Roger Delgado, the guy who played that Master, when he died in a car accident, I think it was a car accident. He died. John Pertwee was so devastated by it, he refused any concept of somebody else playing the Master while he was the Doctor.
But for newer Who,
Mhm.
you go for Missy. I gotta say, Sims. I love his master.
Oh no, I love his master. It's just like I'm also partial to the actress, so it's kind of for me. It was like I really like the actress. I think she plays kind of the insane female villain well, but.
But I'll also put, since everybody else has kind of went off fictional characters, I'll put the BBC as the worst villain that helped destroy Doctor.
There's somebody in the chat I don't know, but he actually has the Hannibal cookbook. Wow, like hats off, dude.
I almost got that.
Wow, really?
That's Jitsi, and Jitsy's helps create these little avatars that some of us are running around with these days.
Oh, cool. He's the one who does that. I think Captain
Yep.
Trek has one too, right?
Are there
Yeah,
humans
Trek
in the
has one.
recipe? I have to know.
No,
No, okay.
How to?
I actually
That
have.
was a great Twilight
myself.
episode too.
It does-
How to cook humans.
How to serve man.
Yep, How to Serve Man.
I bet you Nina Sarkeesian would love that book. How to Serve Man.
Careful with that one.
No,
There's a couple people
I'll
in the
back down
chat
on
that have the Hannibal cookbook.
I need to get. I almost got. I think it's on Amazon. And I need to get it. But it's probably.
and some of the recipes are really good.
Oh yeah. I mean, despite everything that he was a good chef.
Really good with his pairing with mint sauce. I'll tell you that.
Protein pairing.
And he
Okay.
always has the right wine.
What do you think about this guy?
Halloween. What do you think of Michael Myers? Halloween
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
favorite horror movie of all time. I have a poster right over there with it. Classic
And
orange,
speak-
you know.
Speaking of jump scares earlier, and you bring up Halloween, that is the perfect example of the false jump scare done right. That scene.
Yeah, the only time I think it was
Cobb.
done right past that was honestly, oh shit, what was that movie that scared the shit out of me? Sign. Sign actually had scares that were warranted.
I haven't seen that one. I know how it ends. I know about it. I know how it ends. I know all that, but I've never actually sat down and watched the movie. But is that the M. Night Shyamalan one?
No, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, Signs.
That was Signs, plural.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Signs.
talking about-
No. I'm
you're
not talking about
Signs.
Signs. That
Yeah.
was the Mel Gibson. No, I'm talking about
okay.
the movie. I thought it was called Sign. Screwed up. Total brain fart. The Ring. My fault. The Ring. That's what I was referring to as suspense.
Vastly different movie.
Very
Now,
different.
Are you
I'm
Are you gonna
allowed
talk? Are you
I'm
talking?
allowed to have a brain fart every now and again, people.
No, I know, but
you-
that wasn't even in the same universe.
Oh, I know. That's why I said. That's why I'm like literally scratching my head. I'm like, how the hell did I? I'm in the back of my like, how the hell did I screw those two up?
That's funny.
But no, when I left the theater after seeing The Ring, I was with my ex-wife at the time, and it was I was in the military, so my hair was a lot shorter, and I could feel my neck hairs on the back as I was driving away stick up, and I looked at her at the time, and I was like, that movie scared the shit out of me, and it's not because it was scary in the aspect of horror or torture porn or whatever they try to come up with the songs and stuff. I really get more frightened by suspense than I do I guess by traditional horror. That's why if you've ever seen the movie actually I was shocked as hell Netflix did this Stephen King novel. Gerald's Game is one of the most crazy.
Yes.
Oh my god, that is one of the
Movie
most.
good?
That's
I
one of the
actually-
most crazy.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Doesn't live up to the
I'm a
book,
hardcore
Aris.
Stephen King fan.
Okay. It never
yeah.
does.
I gotta go with
I-
sticking with the book.
I've got to
Yeah.
agree with that. Stick with the book, but for what it
Okay.
was, it's actually pretty good. Carla Gagiotti actually did a really good job.
Do I have that one?
Yeah, see, that was my thing
You
about
got it.
Gerald's Game. The book is fantastic, but I used to always use that as. Oh yes, yes.
My mom collected Stephen King hardbacks back in the day, so
I
Yeah,
I
that's the same one I
inherited that.
I might have been the same age as her when I collected. No, it was just all jokes aside. It really was that book of Stephen King's, and I mean all the movies that have been made or miniseries that have been made of Stephen King's. I always thought, who's going to have the balls to do that movie, that book? Because the book is all about her being tied up, handcuffed
Mhm.
to a freaking bed,
And her
slowly
husband,
her mind,
yeah.
the dog is eating her husband, and the one character that you don't realize until later is actually real.
Well, don't spoil it for me.
No,
Damn,
I'm
dude.
not spoiling, and I'm just the book came out in the 80s. I can't, I'm just saying this. It was a psychological, beautiful thriller, and I honestly did not believe that it was. I thought it was the one book that they would never have the balls to do. So when I saw it on Netflix, I actually grabbed my wife in there. I grabbed Madam Geek and I said, "You're not going to believe what's on Netflix." And we
Didn't they
watched
just put-
it. And I'm going to
Didn't
be
they put
honest. I thought they did I think for what they got, for what they had from the book to what they translated the movie was about as faithful a rendition as you're going to get of the book.
Didn't they put that out shortly after the 50 Shades stuff?
Well, I mean, anything was
After all
out
that was
right
over.
after that. I was in college when it came out, so possibly. Let's see. And yes, it. Now, I don't think they can never accurately display what's in the book because I've heard some things. I've heard some things about that book, and there's no
I
way
read it.
you can accurately depict what's in that book in a movie theater.
There's no way.
Well, while we were really quickly, while we're on this topic of Stephen King, the one
Mhm.
villain I want to see,
Yeah.
well, he's been in multiple already. Randall Flagg,
I knew you were going there, DJ. I knew as soon
because
as you
he's
said
he's
that,
been
I
in
knew you were
he's
going with
been in
Randall
the
Flagg.
Stand. He's been in
Yeah.
the Stand, Eyes of the Dragon, The
Yes.
Dark Tower, and this new miniseries Stand coming up. I really want to see how Alexander Skarsgård portrays him.
They're
Oh.
redoing The Stand.
Yes, it's supposed to be out. I think sometime this fall on CBS All Access.
Let's
Whoa,
see.
wait a
Alex-
minute. Did you
Alex
say
Xander
the guy who
Skarsgård's
played? Are you saying DJ Odyssey? Just so I'm clear here, what I heard you say. Are you saying that the guy who played it in the current rendition is going to play Randall Flagg?
Yes.
No, that's his brother. No,
Or his
no,
brother.
No,
that's
no,
his
it's his
brother.
brother.
It's his brother.
Oh, yeah, that's. Oh,
Yeah, no. So you have
Alexander Skarsgård. I'm sorry, Alexander Skarsgård is the one who played Eric Northman on True Blood. Bill Skarsgård played Pennywise.
yes, yeah. Bill and Alex are both the sons of the doctor from Thor. The guy, that guy. I forget his name, but that's his sons, and I think that's interesting because what different
I'm gonna say his
universes?
last name is probably Skarazar.
Well, you'd be interested on some of the people they've got for this remake.
Whoopi
Because-
Goldberg, also one that poured his. Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Amber Heard's in
Oh
this?
God.
No.
Talk about villains.
Okay. Yeah, really. They really got some real ones.
That's a big
James-
villain.
Wait a
That
minute,
is-
we're talking about the
Marilyn Manson.
Is this going to
No.
be a miniseries? This has got to be a
It's
mini.
right now. It's listed as a 10-part miniseries,
Oh, that would be. Oh, that would be perfect.
and apparently Stephen King has wrote a new ending for it.
Oh god, I hate it when they do that. Hold on a second. Let me see. Production, casting. It's gonna be man. You are not
That'd
gonna
be
get
the
a
new-
good. Let's see.
Sounds like an abortion to
and
me.
it's going to be
Well,
canon.
it says filming was completed in early March of this year, but there's no release date. But it seems like it might be in 2020. So God only knows.
I've heard
now-
all the rumors that it's supposed to be right around Halloween
That's
or
perfect.
maybe into November.
Well, think about it. They're probably the biggest challenge they're probably going to have is with going with modern technology. They're probably adding some really good post production effects. Who's going to play the guy who, the guy from Coach, the guy who used to say in the movie MOOM that spells moon?
Henry Zaga. Or no, he's Nick. Never mind.
I have the Wikipedia. What's his character name?
I don't remember. He was a guy on Coach, and he was in this He was in the miniseries, and he played a retarded person who
Brad William Henke is playing Tom Cullen.
and he was friends with oh god, he's a very famous actor now, the deaf guy. He played the deaf guy.
That spells Tom.
And
No,
Rob
no, no.
Lowe's character is being
Rob Lowe,
played by
thank you.
the Henry Zaga guy.
Laws,
Yeah.
yes.
And James Marsden is playing Stu Redman.
And it will be available on CBS All Access, our favorite streaming service.
I'm gonna have to find another way.
Absolutely.
And
Oh, there's
And-
always another way.
how the heck do you
I'm not
pronounce
so
this
sure I'm
guy's
right.
name?
If you were
Jovan
telling me that it's going to
Hedda?
be on HBO Max, I may have, or Cinemax, but CBS.
What was that, DJ?
Jovan Adepo is playing Larry Underwood.
Jovan. Yeah, that's the best shot I could give it to. I have no idea.
Owen Teague is Harold Lauder.
See, I don't know anything about the stand. I haven't read the book. Like, I don't really know anything about it. Eventually, there is going to become a day in the future where I'm going to have an entire stream dedicated to talking about Stephen King's work because it's all connected. So,
One of the a couple of interesting things about the Stand miniseries, Eris, is it had Molly Ringwald. It had and I can't think of his name. The guy
Gary
who played Gary Sinise. Yes, Gary Sinise. I was getting him. It had Gary Sinise very young. It had this one older character, and I cannot think of his name to save my life.
Ray
the-
Walston.
Yeah.
Ray Walston, my favorite Martian.
Yes, that
Yes.
guy. You're absolutely right. And he was in it, and there was a lot of really Rob Lowe was in it also. there was really a lot of, when you get back to watch the miniseries back in the from the 90s, you're going to find there's a lot of actors and actresses that you are going to recognize from later later on.
If you pay real close attention, you'll even see Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch in it.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Eventually, when I catch up on my Stephen King, which I will be doing slowly but surely, we're going to have a giant Stephen King discussion.
Jeez,
So,
that was my.
A lot of his audiobooks are free on YouTube, Aris. I love audiobooks when I'm putzing around.
who did we lose? Oh, we lost Sarsaster.
Garth.
Okay.
Yeah, he mentioned in the private chat that his phone was getting hot.
Oh, I forget the private chat exists. So.
Oh, that's okay.
They have some really good. They have some really good ideas down there for villains.
Oh shoot! But we've had some amazing stories and amazing villains, and yeah, Stephen King did a great job of villains. Eris, back in the 90s, when I was about, I think it was 92 through 99, when I was 13 to 19. I was actually in a very big Stephen King mode. I was reading every Stephen King novel I could get my hands on. I read Christine Cujo, Pet Sematary.
I've read
Needful
Pet Sematary.
Things,
Great.
Things. I read Gerald's Game. I read Misery. Oh my God, Misery.
Oh yeah, that was mentioned earlier. Hold on a second. Let me find it. There you go. Yeah. Now, I haven't read it.
Oh, yes.
I haven't watched it, but I know, funny I haven't seen it or read it, but I know about it because it's so
actually
iconic.
a movie. It's a movie that lives up to the book, Aris.
Oh,
the movie is just as good as the book.
You never hear that. That is so rare.
I'm going to say with a few exceptions.
She is
way worse in the book than she treats him way worse in the book than she does in the movie.
Let me see. Do I have Misery? Oh,
Maybe. No, you should.
And shoot, Kathy Bates even shows up in the original miniseries, The Stand.
What's that? I do.
Yes. DJ Odyssey, you're right. She was the radio
Ray
host.
Flowers. Ray Flowers.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald's character as, I think, God, what was her name? Abby or something?
Franny.
No. I'm sorry?
Franny.
Yeah, and then, she's, her dad is sick with the flu, with the super flu, and he's listening. Oh, another character you guys, we forgot to mention from it. Ed Harris was in, Ed Harris was in the movie. He was in the mini. Yeah, he was in the miniseries early on. He was one of the military commanders.
Yeah,
DJ Odyssey is right. Kathy Bates is in The Stand. It's not really a cameo. She has about 2 or 3 minutes, and it's Molly Ringwald's character turns on the radio because her dad likes the show. And she starts talking about what's going on. And, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but, things happen. And freedom of speech kind of gets a little censored at that point.
Okay.
But
I know it's been out for a while. It's like I very slowly, but surely get, oh, Leo, I did lose. Laurie, no. Rip Laurie.
DJ, was I talking too much?
No, Laurie. I sometimes accidentally nuke myself because I throw whenever I'm moving on my trackpad, I throw myself out of my own stream. So, oh, hello. Hold on a second. Okay, why are you not scrolling? There it is. She's back. She has returned.
If I'm honestly
I have another villain, maybe Dave, Bob, and I are the only one that can remember him, but Dr. Nicolita Lovelace. Does anybody know where that's from?
Lovelace.
I'm going to be honest. No. Is that from, I got a feeling I should know this.
What is the name of the thing it's from?
He was a recurring villain on the Wild Wild West.
Oh yeah, nope.
Oh, that's right.
He was a midget. He was a great villain.
All right, nice.
My if I'm gonna say my favorite horror villain, if I'm gonna go horror villain, that's him right here.
Michael Myers. Is that
No.
what that is? I can't tell. There's like a
There's
super.
a lot, there's a
Yeah,
lot
no,
of glare.
right.
Looks like Freddy.
Yeah,
Is that Freddy? Okay,
Oh,
I
Freddy,
see red and
okay.
green. Okay, we're good.
yeah. Sorry, my
Very
lady.
pale face. That's all I got.
Yeah, but Jason beats Freddy.
Ooh.
Only once.
He
We never got a
Did he beat
rematch.
him, though? Did he really? Man, I need to
chopped
sequel to
his
that
head
movie.
off.
Yeah, he's still
Oh,
alive.
you've never seen Freddy versus Jason Harris?
Oh no, I've seen it. I love that movie. And I love that movie not just for the movie existing, but you can tell while watching the movie, everyone is enjoying themselves. Everyone is having a great time. Every actor, every actress, everyone on that set was having an absolute blast. You can tell just from how they're acting. Yeah, I've seen that movie. Yes, definitely. And I really want a sequel.
You've got the two
I
big.
don't think
fights.
well, we can't have a sequel because Freddy's not with the actor's not with us anymore. Unfortunately.
Freddy's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Robert
Yeah.
England, he did?
Robert England died a few yeah, he's been dead for a few years.
No one told me.
I didn't know you didn't know.
He's
What
not
the
dead.
hell?
He's
I
not
thought he
dead.
No,
was
he's
dead.
still alive. He is still,
He's still
alive.
alive.
You.
I was gonna say, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Ah,
Elizabeth, I'm sorry. I screwed up. I thought he had passed away.
You give me a heart
really
attack.
don't
Okay.
Don't scare us like that.
I thought he did
Okay.
too. We got some
Alright,
Mandela
I said
effects going on here, folks.
I said I was sorry. I made
No,
an
it's fine.
error.
No problem. You just gave me a minor heart attack. That's it.
People
Oh,
might
oh.
assume he
love-
was dead because
I
they switched
love
actors
the,
when they did the reboot.
Oh, Darth Hast's
Oh.
a hoax.
Oh,
yeah, I
DJ just
got
said.
into it back then.
Oh, DJ just said. You want to repeat, DJ?
Some people kind of assume that when they rebooted the whole Freddy franchise and they went with the guy that played Kelly in the Bad News Bears.
Oh,
That was
okay.
an awful.
Yeah, but he also played an
Anyway.
awesome Rorschach.
Well, he did play an awesome Rorschach, yes.
Well, just because
But
you
it's-
can play. Sorry, go ahead.
But his Freddy was a little off.
No, it's
because
Freddy
they took all the personality. They took all the fun out of it. So one of the reasons why everyone loves Freddy so much is because he's funny. And sorry, Josh, you really distracted me there for a moment. But
Is Matt Jarbo not a villain?
oh, that's who that is. I didn't know who that was. Whew, I think that's the biggest insult you can give him, though, isn't it? It's like, I don't know
But
who
Robert Englund did play the best lizard ever.
Lizard.
What? Crimson Mist?
Come on, nobody watched V?
Yes, I watched V. I knew exactly what you were talking about as soon as you said that.
Robert
Yeah.
Englund was one of the best lizards ever. He was Willie.
Was that sci-fi show? Is that what I'm
Yeah.
thinking? No.
No,
Yeah.
no. No, it was
What,
sci-fi wasn't invented back then. That was I think V was on ABC back then.
Yeah. It was back when, decent shows came out.
Oh yeah, as soon as DJ Odyssey said little lizard, I was like, I know exactly where he's still going there.
That's right.
Dave Bob, 1984 is getting scarier and scarier every day.
I got that book because I'm actually worried they're going to take it off the shelves. So,
Oh, I got a scary book series for y'all to read, and I'm not joking. I mean, you want to talk about scary? My wife and I read this book series a few years ago. Actually, it was about 5 years ago. I think she was in Afghanistan at the time, and it's called 299 Days. And if you want to talk about watching your society collapse, This is the scariest book series I think you guys could possibly ever read about the possible destruction of America, because everything in these books is almost 100% realistic. You really can believe all this shit would happen.
All right, I'm writing that down. There we go.
299 days. My wife Madam Geek recommended to me. I read it. The first book is called, I think, The Collapse. They're not very long. I think they're less than 300 pages up until about the last two, and it's just really, really scary and engaging as I'm reading this. And yes, a lot of my my conservative values are portrayed in this book. Maybe that's why they're engaging to me. But I really see so many scary ass things that happen in these books that I'm like, I could see this happening in certain places in America. I really could. And so I seriously, hands down, read the first two books of 299 Days, because
How many is there?
I think there's 8 total.
Okay.
But
You told me
you don't have to read,
299 days.
oh, you don't have to read the last book. The last book is called The 13 Kernels, and it's more of an epilogue / coda. You don't actually have to read the last book. You can read everything up until the last book and get the complete story. That last book is more epilogue, coda. It's not required to enjoy the entire story, but it's scary as shit.
The chat is talking about video game villains.
Yeah,
I got to side with Bowser. Bowser is badass. Although I think Peach wants him because she never plays hard to get.
Oh, that wasn't Peach. That was Princess Toadstool. Get it right.
That's Princess Peach. She's a slut.
Same
Well,
thing.
I got to dip out. Friend of mine's in town. Haven't seen in a couple years. So you guys have a great stream, and thanks for having me up.
Well, thank you for coming on. You want to advertise your channel a little bit before you go?
I'm just the odd one, DJ Odyssey. We do ramblings, group chats, and on Mondays I do a Let's Chat series where we just pick one topic and we stick to it the whole way through. And if somebody tries to derail us, we boot them. It gets fun.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. Have a good day, man.
You too.
And then there were 4. I'm going to throw the StreamYard link and chat again. So.
Yeah, I would agree with Robert Patterson. The original V is...
Patterson? Oh, that's deeply offensive.
Patterson. Patterson is Twilight.
Oh, hold on a second. Da da da.
Dave Bob.
Squirrel.
Yay.
He just came on the screen.
Y'all get so off topic. I just had to come on here and say squirrel.
Thank you.
I say hold on there, sir. I say hold on there.
I say boy.
Hey,
Loud mouth.
Bob.
Snooky's gonna look great in our oven.
Oh my god. All right. Favorite villain. Go. Hey, Bob.
Oh, I just came on just to say squirrel. You know, y'all get so off topic here. No, really, Michael Myers from Halloween. He is a truly evil character.
No, 100%. Agreed.
He's misunderstood.
Did you watch the reboot? Is that what you're thinking?
Oh no! I watched the original one. I have never seen any other Halloween movie but the original one.
Good. I mean, really, it only got really worse from there. But the
I
reboot.
liked Halloween 4.
Hmm?
I liked Halloween 4.
It has some of the best music. It is so haunting, almost like The Exorcist.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The Exorcist. That movie right there scared the literal crap out of me. I was
Me too.
17 years old when I went and saw that at the theaters. I had just got to where I could go watch an R-rated movie, and I went by myself. And all the way home, I kept looking in the rearview mirror, expecting to see that face.
Oh yeah. Nothing like seeing a horror movie at night.
I
Along.
actually, if I'm going to see Halloween movies, I'm going to go with Halloween 1, Halloween 2, and H2O. I love those 3 movies.
Really, H2O. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
H2O is not bad.
I'll give it another watch.
It brought back the Scream Queen.
The Scream Queen.
And
Oh
they
man.
ruined it with the 7th one, or no, that was the 8th one where there's a reality show going on or something in Michael Myers' house.
Yeah, you're talking about H2K. That's why I said 1, 2, and H2O. I saw H2K and walked out after Jamie Lee Curtis. After the thing with Jamie Lee Curtis, I said, screw this. I'm
Wait,
done.
what happened? What happened with Jamie Lee Curtis? I don't know the lore as well as I probably should.
She wanted to be done with the movies for such a long time, and then
Can't
they
blame
got
her.
her to come back for a very brief cameo in the 8th movie, where she basically, I'll come back if you kill me. I'm done with this.
I know what you're talking about. Is that when he takes her, like, hangs her? Is that the one where he like strangles her or whatever?
No,
Like,
she.
am I
Okay, so
remembering
what happened in
correctly?
H? Well, let me see if I can explain this, Eris,
Throws
real
her off
quick.
the roof.
What happened? I'm sorry. What happened in H2O was, she decapitated Michael Myers.
Yep.
Well, in H2K, they tried to say no. Michael Myers took his mask off, strangled somebody else, put the mask on him, and she ended up killing a totally innocent person. And I was like, that about there took me out of it. And I was like, okay, that is the biggest bunch of bullshit.
And it doesn't explain why did this guy that's like half dazed try to kill her.
Exactly.
Why didn't he try to take the mask off? Why did he kill the knife? It was just stupid.
What am I
Yeah,
thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking.
No, in H2O, he's reaching out with his hands to her, but he never tries to take off the mask to show he's not Michael Myers.
Right.
Show that he's got his throat's been crushed by Michael Myers, and Michael Myers put the frickin' mask on. But somehow he managed to get a guy the same height, same build, and changed all the clothes.
Mighty convenient.
Sorry, even my suspense of disbelief ain't going that far.
Yeah, mighty convenient.
Wouldn't it have been better if like he tied the hands of the person and it just had him standing there? And when he came like running or just walked over or whatever, like her adrenaline would have kicked in and she would have killed him.
No, she
Regardless?
ran as a that's where the big thing in H2O really goes downhill when you try to reboot it in H2K. Is she rammed his ass with the vehicle, wedged him between a branch and the vehicle. And he's still moving, he's still moving, he's still doing all this stuff. He's still acting like he is Michael Myers. But yet somehow we're supposed to believe this is a completely random, everyday person. Bullcrap. There's no
Because it was a retcon.
Oh, I'm thinking of Halloween Resurrection.
No.
Okay, because I was like, I was looking for it. I was like, where is this? And literally, I found it on an article that said 10 movies that pissed off audiences right away. So
I actually don't know what Halloween. What is Halloween? I don't even know what Halloween Resurrection is.
It's the one where they kill her off in it.
Oh, the one I'm saying H2K.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. That's the way I remember it being displayed. I've only seen it once. I think I've only seen it once. No, I've only seen it once. And that was the way it was portrayed in the banners and everything. It was called Halloween.
Oh, here it is.
Halloween H2O, and this was called Halloween H2K. That's the way I remembered it. So you're right. Resurrection.
killed the innocent guy, and then she hesitates to finish the job, allowing Michael to stab and throw her off the roof too. Okay, so that's what I was thinking of. All right, I'm not crazy, but that's the thing I was thinking of. So okay, cool. We have, yeah, that made me mad because it's a Halloween movie. I'm gonna watch it. You know, it was on cable TV, whatever, and I saw that and I was like, what is this? This is garbage.
Well, Hollywood just goes to the well way too many times. I mean, that's, Halloween. That thing was, after the first one, it was all downhill.
Same with Jaws, I would argue. Same with almost every single one of them. It's really hard to even get a good sequel.
The best sequel was like Aliens after Alien. I mean, to me,
Empire
that's
Strikes Back.
probably is as good or better a movie than the first.
I would have to go with The Dark Knight, but
Empire Strikes Back.
Michael Keaton
I
is
know
my
better.
Batman.
Godfather Part 2.
There's only okay, now I'm going to say 4. There's only 4 sequels I've ever heard of that have been considered superior. Lori Roberts just said the 4th one. The Godfather Part 2, Terminator 2, Aliens, and Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
That's
I knew you were gonna throw Empire in there because that one is probably one of the.
I was saying that one.
yeah, they did. The Dark Knight is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm very biased towards that. You know what though?
If I was gonna go, if I was gonna go Jokers, if I'm gonna go anybody who's not Mark Hamill, I'm gonna honestly say Phoenix really won me over with his Joker.
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
Joker. He was just a mentally ill person. So that wasn't a superhero movie.
It wasn't supposed to be.
And that's what I liked about it. It was okay. I look at that movie when I saw it in theater and I saw it by myself. I was one of the few times I have been when I go see a movie. I was literally spellbound.
So was I.
I literally just focused on the movie, and that was it. The only other time I've been that focused on anything because I was scared I was going to miss something is actually just recently when I finished watching the TV series From Germany Dark, because it is something that just in my mind, this character in the Joker, and I'm going to get, is so nuanced and so layered that if I don't pay attention to what's going on, I'm going to miss something. And I felt the payoff was just that much better. And I actually don't want a sequel. This is the part where
No. He was anything but a villain. But as far as villains goes, you can't tell me that when Heath Ledger walked in and did the pencil trick, you weren't like, fucking wow, that was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And when Harvey wakes up and he's dressed in the nurse's outfit and goes, hi. Yeah.
Hi. And then when he's so he leaves the room and then he goes, hand sanitizer, and then you just watch him walk out and then he just blows it up. Like, I love
the way when he blew it up, it didn't go off right away. And I mean, they played that.
Well, that was real.
I know. And it scared the shit out of him.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't mention Star Trek II, the Wrath of Khan as being superior sequel as well. Obviously.
100%.
But that's, that's off a TV series.
Yeah.
I do agree. Wrath of Khan is superior to the motion picture. I think that's kind of whatever your favorite.
The slow motion picture.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, when he was introducing me to Star Trek, after I'd seen the 2009 one, because I wanted more, obviously. I wanted to see where these characters had originally started, because I felt like I was watching a sequel, It was just like, oh, there's all these Easter eggs and things happening that I didn't know, and so I wanted to explore it more. And he was showing me the second one, Wrath of Khan, and I was like, well, why don't we watch the first one? Because I have this thing about watching things in order. And he was like, no, we'll watch that at a different time. You don't need to watch that.
That's fair.
Let's just go straight into Wrath of Khan. And So, but Speaker actually brings up an interesting point. Friday the 13th, worst for sequels out of the 3 main classic horror villains?
Yes, absolutely.
I agree too.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
there was about what,
at least-
8,426 of them?
Well, as far as
at least-
watchability.
At least for Nightmare on Elm Street, I did like the first one and Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the Freddy Krueger Mad Slasher.
What about
movies.
the Candyman?
I have to say Jason X, where they go into space. And that's when you know your horror franchise is dead, by the way, when y'all go to space.
You mean a psycho killer
When they
doesn't
take it to
belong
the
on
moon,
his?
yeah, you're pretty much
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah, you're
The
done.
only
I
good
mean,
thing about that movie were the women.
oh no, I like that. I like it when he gets his armor, and then from that, basically, you just start in that on when he gets his like battle armor. When he gets that, you're fine. Then just watch the rest of the movie. You don't need to watch the damn thing before then, because it's like, oh, who cares? You gotta go watch Jason destroy people for like 20 minutes. Go for it.
I actually love Jason X.
I do. I think it's funny.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Eris, hey, thanks for letting me on. I got to go take care because, as I stated, I'm sure you probably remember hearing or something. I'm heading out on vacation, a little mini vacation tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
so
go for it.
Doing a little bit final, and we got a little bit of final prep stuff, and I'm going to be with the ambassador later today, so I gotta take a break, get some dinner, get final things packed. But it was great. It was great to be back on your channel. I love coming here. This was fun. Daybob, Project Storytime, Positive Candor, Lori Roberts. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time.
Before you leave, advertise your channel a little bit. Plug it.
Okay, my channel is called NB Geeks Let's Talk. We mostly talk Star Trek. We actually had a really, and I'm gonna plug a little bit here on you, Eris. We had a really one of my I think the best panels I've ever seen. I had Eris, I had both the Valkyries, and my wife was also on it, and they talked to women of Star Trek. And they decided they're going to do this into a 3-part series. So come August, once we get some new computers and stuff, we're going to definitely do that one again. And I want you all to come back again, hands down. You guys really, I think, just really had a great time. And I really thought y'all had great chemistry.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed sitting in the back and chilling. But yeah, no, I just hit 200 subscribers. So yesterday we did a Wrath-A-Con watch party like we promised. I hope everybody. I really tried to work on it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. I haven't reviewed it, but I was in a lot of pain at the time. My back was just really acting up. But and I tried to lay down and not take any medications or anything. So I was trying to, as I was going through, I was trying to read trivia and stuff and just, have fun, have a good time. I think we did a good job. Unfortunately, there was, turns out, a little bit of fallout, but, that sometimes happens. But, overall, I'm going to be off as far as my channel stuff for at least 2 weeks.
Well, have a good time.
I'll show up every now and again after Tuesday. But, guesting whenever anybody wants to put up with me. But honestly, I need a break. I got to get out of here.
So, have a good vacation, man.
Eris, again, peace and long life.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Speaker for the Dead makes a great point. If you're having sex in a Friday the 13th movie, it's pretty much not going to end well.
Pretty much any horror movie, right? It's like, you even talk about the main villain of a horror movie, it's teenagers having sex. That's their main villain for horror movies.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
because they get killed for it every time.
Oh yeah, I cannot name a single horror movie where I'm sure there was like reasons behind that, but at the same time, it's like I love that we've kept that trope to this day. It's still a trope that if you have sex in a horror movie, you're going to die 100% every time, and it's always like the most obnoxious characters doing it too. So you're just kind of just like.
Yeah,
cheering on the
pretty
villain.
much started on Friday the 13th. That's what started that trope.
Was Friday the 13th come before Halloween?
No, I think it was.
I think Halloween first.
I think it was shortly thereafter. I think it was like 84, 85 when Friday the 13th came out.
Yeah,
it wasn't
Halloween was in the 70s.
Yeah,
Halloween and Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I think Halloween was 1979. Jamie Lee Curtis was just a kid.
Yeah, she's very young. It was odd when I first saw that movie because I had seen her on like the Activia commercials. That digestive yogurt. Yeah, and then I see her in the movie, and I was just like, "Wait, what? It's a yogurt chick." It was like going from watching William Shatner be the Priceline negotiator, and then he's Captain Kirk. It was a very strange experience.
Gotta pay the bills.
Oh no, I respect that, but at least he's not losing his dignity, unlike some of our beloved actors while doing it. So, because I like the Priceline negotiator, I wish they'd bring him back. I thought that was funny.
I'm gonna tell you what, old Bill, he don't put up with shit either.
No, he does not. Holy hell.
I do me.
That was the best.
That was so great. That was beautiful. It was just like, yeah, I was like, that is such a Captain Kirk thing to say. My God. Yes, I am, Speaker. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, and the sleeping bag kill scene from Jason X. Oh my God. Oh, that scene was hilarious. It's just, I think I watched that on a Halloween when I was in college. I was just laughing and laughing and laughing. It was so great. Oh my God. Man. I just.
It's like watching those old parodies, Scary Movie, those things.
I love those movies. And it's like the more horror movies you watch, the more like hilarious those movies get. It's like their rewatchability is amazing because there's so many things crammed in those movies. So many little jokes, so many just little Easter eggs. And it's just like they never get old. I wish they'd come back. I wish they would have like a reboot of Scary Movie as a parody of all of like the reboot and remakes and sequels of like the horror movie franchises. I think that would be brilliant. So that they just make fun of it like the whole time.
Exactly. The black person is always one of the first to die.
Yeah.
If you are of any like not basically
white.
Yeah, basically not young, white, somewhat intelligent, and not a whore, you have a high likelihood of being the person who survives a horror movie.
Grab my little hand. Grab my little hand. It's got to be the little hand.
It's like it's almost you bring that up. The person who lives in horror movies is more likely to be a woman than it is a guy.
Yep.
I was thinking about that. I guess I've never really considered that as like, but it is because the guy always ends up dying to save the chick at the end of the movie. So interesting.
What a dumbass.
Oh, well, she ends up sometimes dying too, so it's like completely useless. Like, dude, if you would have just ran.
And on a serious note, I don't know if it's been mentioned or not, but prayers to Regis Philbin. He passed away today.
Regis Philbin?
Yeah, of Regis. He was in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and he hosted live with Regis and was it Kathy Lee?
Kathy Lee Gifford originally.
He passed away today, so prayers to his family and stuff.
He was about 90. I'd sign up for that.
He was 88. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. I know who he is. I knew his face. I didn't know his name, but I knew his face. Yeah. Oh man, we're losing a lot of people this year. Damn. Ugh.
I just hope Trey's okay.
Trey,
Yeah.
yeah. And oh yeah, for those who have come in later, Loki told us earlier in the stream that Trey has, I think he said he went to the ER, right? He went to the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so if you'll just keep him in your thoughts, you know, he's been having a rough time lately. You had Freya, and then you had Thor, and now he's there. It's like, just keep him in your thoughts. If you pray, you know, or not, just, yeah, wish him well.
Well, all right, folks. I am glad that I came by. I missed you guys. I just came by to say hello. And I'm going to have to get off of here. My wife's in there calling me. She wants me to come in there and do some honeydews.
Oh, well, I mean, the wife is, yes.
The boss has spoken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, she runs me like a tin soldier.
Yep, Mrs. Daybomb has spoken.
Y'all have a good time. Hopefully we'll see y'all later when we watch Tropical Thunder. So don't go full retard. Never go full retard.
Never. Hell of a good movie. I'm very excited. So see you later, Daybomb.
Bye, Daybomb.
And there were 4 again. And I tried this last. Oh no, I already put it in. So never mind. I was gonna throw the StreamYard link out there, but it's still at the bottom. So I'm gonna keep it there. So did I actually go through and ask everyone what their favorite villain was?
I don't think so.
All right. I think I tried like a couple times, and then I get it off.
I think you tried, and then Jesse just kept going.
Jesse, a chatterbox? I've never heard such things. All right. What are y'all's favorite villains? And I mean, you can like specify, like if you want to go like, oh, favorite animated. I will learn to speak my native language one day. Favorite animated villain. Favorite horror villain? Because I mean, just making this thumbnail alone was hard. It was very difficult. There's so many different ones that are so wonderful, and it's very, very annoying that a lot of them are not from a recent time period. Because you'd hope that they would almost like not really replenish, but keep going on their on the just good storytelling and good villains and good heroes and. Longest goodbye ever? What do you mean longest goodbye ever? I haven't been saying goodbye.
Nobody's Geek was a pretty long goodbye.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. I was like, now if I was still saying goodbye after like 20 minutes, yes. Yeah. But I think, man, I mean, it's like just trying to make this thumbnail for this video was difficult. Who do I leave in? Who do I leave out? You know, it's just like I wish we'd have more modern day ones that I could put in there, but writing seems to have gone downhill in Hollywood. And
oh no. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It really is, because man. Of any time period, I think now more than ever we need escapism. And it's like, how many of us are just like rewatching things that we've seen 1,000 times instead of consuming new media? Because new media is garbage. So
I mean, there's a multitude of genres of villains when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly. So. And I saw earlier, actually, Joker. I think, is kind of almost a unanimous favorite villain among people. Like, that is not the favorite, but a favorite. Because I don't even think I could say the. I don't know what my favorite villain of all time is. Because I have so many.
The, for me, is the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. She was beautiful. Loved her.
Interesting. Huh.
I'm melting.
Yes, the villains, they all die. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one way or another, they usually die.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. And those are interesting.
I mean, eventually he dies, but Thanos, obviously, in Infinity War, won.
Yeah, he did.
Only in the next movie, obviously, did they have to reverse.
They got rid of him right away, and then brought in another one that wasn't as interesting.
It was awful because they didn't have any of the character development or any of like the emotional, like any of it. Like hell, when Scarlet Witch rolls up to him, he's just like, I don't know who you are. I know why that scene was there. I know it was there for like that little, well, you will or it doesn't, whatever. I don't remember what she says, but it's just like, well, like okay, so he killed her boyfriend, and then he reversed time. She killed her own boyfriend to try to keep him from taking it. He reverses time and then kills him again in front of her. Like, that is some heavy emotional baggage. And then you just introduce like the character before he even met her, and it's just like, well, it doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, Darth Vader, obviously in the original trilogy, is one of my favorite villains.
Same.
In the first movie, he technically doesn't win. He gets away. In the second movie, yes, he does win because he successfully freezes Han Solo. He successfully beats Luke Skywalker. And only in the third movie does he finally, kind of, turn to the good side, unfortunately. I mean, I kind of wish that I knew they had to redeem him, and now it's a trope, unfortunately, to redeem the villain. But I kind of wish, in a way, he had just stayed bad throughout the original trilogy. And then they totally cheapened him and neutered him, basically, in the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, it's I think the prequels, it could have been executed better. Like, it was there, but I don't think they executed it as well as they could have. I feel like that's a lot of people's kind of thought process on that. Is the ideas were there and I could see where you were going, but I mean, everyone cringes at the sand scene and Attack of the Clones, or that's it. Second one, whatever. We'll learn to speak English one day and remember names that I need to have already known. So one day that will occur.
Well, everybody cringes at Anakin in the first movie.
Exactly.
Kid,
I mean, but that's what I'm saying is like him and Attack of the Clones is just like,
yeah, not much better. Yeah.
Oof. But when I was young, I loved them, and so I have a soft spot for them. It really what unfortunately happened is it kind of started this weird, every villain needs this super heavy backstory. I don't think you need like super heavy backstory for every villain. I just need to know their motivations.
Well, that's lazy writing, Eris.
Yeah.
That's lazy writing, because a villain takes a lot more character building to explain to the audience. Yeah. So there came a time where they just said, well, let's just say that this one incident happened and it turned this person bad. It's laziness. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's what happened to Maleficent. I love Maleficent. God, I love that woman. It's so awesome. And I'm not totally biased with her because the goddess Eris was a huge inspiration for the creation of that character. But the her whole thing, it was like, I didn't need to know all this other shit, and she didn't even get to turn into a dragon at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And now there's a second one, and it's like, I didn't need that, you know.
And
So
the original Sleeping Beauty is far superior.
Oh, absolutely.
oh, yeah.
And her whole motivation in the original was she didn't get invited to a party. That is so wonderfully arrogant and wonderful.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Oh yeah, it was like, you didn't invite me. I probably didn't even want to come, but you didn't invite me. I'm going to make your child have a eternal sleep for not inviting me to a party I didn't even really want to attend to.
Well, no, she cursed her to die, and then it was the other witch. It was one of the other fairies that was able to
Okay, all right.
counter the spell.
All right. Well, my young brain thought it was eternal sleep, which technically death is. Actually, there really is no difference. So, you know, it's like, okay, one's dead and one is
one
just...
you rot, the other you don't.
Yeah, but it's, I think, crueler.
The fairy gave her hope. If the prince comes and gives you a kiss, you get to wake up.
You better be happy. So some prince just decided to show up. I
Yeah,
love
what
the
if you
idea.
didn't like him? What if he kissed you and you're like, oh?
Well,
let
I
me go
love that
back to
it's, you know,
sleep.
true love's kiss, and it's like, you didn't. His introduction to you in high. His introduction to you is smooch. Sup, girl? How's it going?
Well, they could have done the Grimm Fairies Tale version where she wakes up because she popped out a kid because he raped her while she was asleep.
I like that a little bit better, actually.
Whew. Wow. Goddamn.
Oh yeah,
the
the Grimm
to,
Fairy Tales are dark.
I need to get that book, and I need to read these new versions or these original versions.
No,
because
these are old. These are old.
Yeah.
Really, really old.
Yeah, the OG ones. Yeah.
Some of them are back from the 1800s, 1700s. They're old stories.
Yeah, and I know that, you know, they made them into child-friendly versions, obviously. But like, if you think about it, it's really dark. Like Maleficent, that's a very dark. The Sleeping Beauty is a very dark story. I mean, it's like, yeah, she's gonna die, or the eternal sleep. Which, by the way, I think eternal sleep is crueler. Just my opinion. I think it's a crueler thing to do, because if you give someone hope and then it never ever comes to fruition, it's just like, that's very cruel, rather than just straight up killing her. I think Maleficent actually was a bit more merciful than the fairy. Because, like, oh, what? You're just going to expect a prince to come in? And then what? Like, a true love's kiss? That's so bizarre. It's such a bizarre thing to have, like, it's just bizarre to me. I'm glad that guy was to your fancy, girl, because, like...
Because you're stuck with him.
You're kind of stuck with him now, I guess, because what else are you going to do? Like, hey, thanks for basically saving my ass and, you know, killing that dragon evil woman. You gotta go though. Bye. Yeah.
This isn't working for me.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you're not really up to my standards. Just gonna have to peace out. Same thing with Snow White. Snow White was very bizarre in that. I do love the evil queen. I really like the idea of, like, it's just like she basically fulfilled her own worst fear. But she would have done nothing, it would have been fine. Pretty much would have been fine if she would have done nothing, but because she got involved, she actually ended up dying.
But she needed the fairest to be the fairest of them all, which I guess is a lesson in aging gracefully.
Yeah, which, I mean, I thought she looked better than Snow White, personally. I was like, what?
Me too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Snow White has this, you know, whatever, but it's like, oh, you look awesome as you are, and you're over here being jealous of someone you have no business really being jealous of. And because of that, that made her uglier, actually. You know, her jealousy made her. So if she wouldn't have done anything, she would have just been fine. No, but it was that need to have that too.
I think that's the moral to the story.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. Yeah. And of course, Hades, because I've watched Hercules like 1,000 times. Wonder Woman was my introduction to Greek mythology, but Hercules, the animated movie, sealed the deal for like ever because I love that movie so much. And James Woods being Hades, absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect.
Oh, he was brilliant in that.
Yeah, I don't want them to make a live action. Do not give me CGI blue-haired Hades. Don't do it. I don't see it. I saw that in Once Upon a Time. I don't want to see that shit again. That was awful.
Who would they get to play Hercules?
Well, funny as it is, The Rock pops into my mind, and he's already done it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd have to be a ridiculously like big buff dude, or you'd have to do something like Steve Rogers.
Well,
You'd have to
no,
do-
I think we'll deliberately go with a really small guy because he has divine strength. So small, thin Hercules will be the star.
Well, what I'm thinking of is they do the same thing they did to Chris Evans for Captain America. But
that takes effort and wanting to show a strong male.
You have a point. I'm sorry.
know.
I forgot it was current year.
It's problematic.
Oh my god, problematic. Can't have a strong male character anymore. Which is funny because if you make your villain like a woman, then it's like you must hate women because you made it. No, actually, female villains are really horrifying.
Were you asking who played Hercules in the animated one?
Oh no, just who would play Hercules?
Oh,
if
now,
they made it,
nowadays.
A live action one. Which
Yeah,
I don't
probably the Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's
Either
already
him or Vin Diesel.
He's getting a little old, though.
Yeah, Vin Diesel being a bit too old, I think, to play Hercules because Hercules is supposed to be like a teenager, right?
Yeah.
He's young. He's very young. Rock couldn't even play it, actually, now that I'm thinking about that. I don't know who would be. It'd be like super, like, he'd have to be. You can't. I don't think you'd be able to have Hercules without him at least being a little buff. Because it would just be.
Jason Momoa, probably, right.
Ooh.
There you go.
I could get behind Jason Momoa being Hercules. I could do that.
Yeah, he was great in Aquaman, so yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. Yeah.
We have the heiress vote.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who they're going to get to cast anybody. I don't.
Oh, that's a good point, Loki.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it was always Hades' fault. It's like, it's not though. Like, Zeus is actually, if you look at Greek mythology, Zeus is actually the main villain. Hades doesn't care. He just chills. He's just kind of down there, and he's just kind of like, whatever.
Hades just kind of does his own thing in the actual mythology.
Yeah, he just kind of chills.
Yeah, Zeus slept with a ton of women, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, Zeus is like the villain. So it's very interesting to go from watching Hercules and then knowing what the actual like mythology is. Because villains in that is definitely hell. You know what? I'd even throw Hera up there too. Hera and Zeus are a great like power couple as far as villains go. Because he goes and he cheats on her, and then she like torments that woman. Although how you're supposed to say no to a god, I'm not exactly 100% sure. So, he'll sleep with anything, and then she'll like torment them because she's very jealous, and then she's very cruel and jealous woman too. It's awful, and I say sleep with because most of the time it's not consensual.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm avoiding the R word because I will be nuked off of YouTube for saying that.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, freedom of speech.
That word.
Freedom of speech, my ass. Fair use, my ass too. So gotta love it. Gotta love it. Ugh. Hollywood's its own villain, isn't it? In and of itself.
It really is.
Nope. Well, I am going to go ahead and wrap the stream up here because in about, what is it, an hour? I think it's in an hour. I'm going to be on the panel, the Tropic Thunder panel for Loki's Watch Party, and I need food because I have only eaten a little thing of fries today, and so I'm going to go get food so I can be alive and animated for that. So,
But what about long hair is bad?
oh, on Saturdays like this, where he also has his watch party, I kind of cut this. I cut the stream pretty much at like 2 hours, and we're about to hit the 2 hour mark because I'm nice. I think 2 hours.
You're
is
nice, and
pretty
you're on
good.
both streams. So unless
Yeah,
you
that
clone
is-
yourself, you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, no, exactly. I would be. What did I do? I will be on my channel while also be on his channel, and somehow that's gonna work and not totally ruin everything. I don't even know how that would work. I have no idea. I don't think that would work. I'd have to be on this, and then I'd have to open up a new tab in order to be on that one. Somehow listen to the movie and somehow entertain people on my channel who are not watching at the watch party. That wouldn't work. No, it wouldn't work. Someone
Yes.
Yes, right?
Josh,
No.
when's your channel going to be up and running?
Yes.
I don't know yet.
Reading my mind.
Still doing some artwork that needs to be done. Hold on. I had a preview of what will be my
Ooh.
avatar.
I love it. Hello.
Foxy.
It's
Hello. What the fuck?
the artwork for the fox isn't done yet, but that's a preview for him.
I like the line work. I like it.
Yeah, Becky did it.
Ah, the missus.
Yep.
Good. I like it. Yeah, it's
And
cute.
then I am temporarily at home with possible COVID issues. Not sure yet.
No.
Waiting
Oh,
for.
man.
So until I get the test results back, my job has told me to stay home. So I will be spending a lot of next week recording.
Okay.
If you need help with StreamYards, I'm more than happy to help you on that. If you're going to
Okay.
stream, just keep in mind I do work during the majority of the day. But like evenings, I'm cool on. So if you have a question, we're good. And I think actually in the Valhalla Discord, there is, if you scroll up somewhere, there's in there somewhere, one of the tabs, there's, I think Loki actually made a StreamYard tutorial. Too.
Oh, did he?
So,
Okay.
yeah. It's somewhere in there.
I will keep that in mind.
Been a hot minute, but it's somewhere in there. So positive. Lori, no, you don't have a channel, even though
I do
you
not
would-
have a channel. However, I
Mhm.
absolutely love the Umbrella Academy. And if anybody would like to do a stream on the Umbrella Academy, because it's coming out on the 31st,
Okay.
I would be interested in that. That's it.
All right. I've heard good things about it. Gary kind of said good things about it. I have trust his opinion on that, and so I will see if
Well,
I
you
can.
got to watch season 1.
Oh yeah, that obviously, yeah. I'll watch season 1, and here it is. It's in the behind the scenes tab.
Okay. Thanks, Loki.
And let's see. So I will try to watch that. Do my best. See if we can get a little fun little thing going for that. Positive Candor, you wanna plug your channel?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I changed the time I'm doing it. My show to like 10 minutes after 10 Eastern time in the morning because my schedule is going to be changing where I'm working. Going to be
Mhm.
working 3 to 11:30 at night. So yeah, the late graveyard shift, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just getting ahead of that. So I'm gonna I'm moving my show a little bit later in the morning after Loki's show, basically now. And in between his show and Rise and Shine with the Valkyries, I figured was the perfect time for now. I might have to move it a little bit later than that.
All right, so 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yeah, 10 after 9 Central
Okay.
Time.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I
Nice.
figured give everybody some time in between. They have to go to the bathroom or get some eat real quick or something.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Good plan, man. I like it. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. There's something else I just saw in the chat. So sorry about the 8 p.m. Central. Yeah. Y'all are interested in that? Y'all can go to that. La, la, la. So I am gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you for everyone who's
Peace out, guys.
visiting.
Peace out.
And hope to see y'all here in about an hour. Bye. Oh wow, damn. Oh, Lori bounced. I was like hovering over my outro and Lori bounced. God damn it, Lori.
I'm out.
Oh my god, I love that woman. All right, see y'all in about an hour. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.